Simmons. Um, I'm a political science major, a minor in psychology. I'm also a senior here at the University of North Florida.
African American has influenced you most in your life?
The African American that has influenced me most in my life, this may seem kind of cliche or whatever the case may be, because everybody choose him, but it must, without a shadow of doubt, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And I can say that personally because even in my dorm room today, I have posters of Dr. Martin Luther King. I still spend time memorizing his different quotes and his different speeches. Even when I was a kid, by the age of 12, I was reciting his speeches at banquets and church events. But Dr. King has inspired me because of his passion for equality, his passion for unity amongst the brethren, not just black brothers and sisters, but all races. You know, black, white, Jews and Gentiles, as he said in his speech. And I think that's very important when we look at today in the 21st century, because we look at his speech as if he was just gathering black people together to have freedom, which he was, but he was also doing it in a way that we as African Americans and them as Caucasians or white people and anyone else will be able to come together and join hands and do anything together in unity. And I believe that was his biggest advocate, or the thing that he stood upon, because it was all about unity and doing this together. And when his last speech, I bring that up and I end with this, is like his last speech was, he said that he'd been to the mountaintop. He had looked over and he ended and said, I don't know about me, I don't know if I'll get there, but we as a people will get there. And I looked at that word, we as a people, you know, I looked at it and I saw black, white, Jews, Gentiles, Asians, Hispanics, Latinos, whoever. I saw them all connected, and that we as a people will get there.
What words come to mind when you think of Black history?
Black history, I think of ownership, I think of pride, I think of accountability, I think of freedom, you know, because it's like in the past, our ancestors have fought, you know. I think of faith, you know, that word in itself to me sums it up, because our ancestors fought for something that they could not see. You know, they fought for something that was intangible to them. They didn't know what freedom felt like. All they was used to is oppression and bondage. So when they was actually able to be free, and when before they was actually able to be free, and when they was fighting, they fought for something that was you know, not understandable. It was not even tangible. If I could compare it to anything, it would be like, you know, to me, it would be like I'm fighting for $3 trillion. I don't know what $3 trillion is, and I don't know what I would do if that was in my hands. But boy, I'm going to pursue my education to try to get that $3 trillion. And when it comes to me, it's something precious. It's something that I have ownership on because I worked hard for it. So Black History Month is not just a month or a holiday to be looked at as, oh, look what they did. No, it's let's celebrate what they did, but let's look at and do something now and different today. You know, it's accountability. I feel like it's up to me to be accountable to know what our ancestors have done. African American class over at FSCJ once, and they asked should black people be recompensed? Should they be paid for the struggle that they went through? And should we be paid for the children of our ancestors? And most people was mad at me in the class because I said no, because it's that fight that they gave, it's that struggle that they went through that made us who we are today, that made us to be appreciative, that made us accountable for our action. They had nothing. Parents had nothing, and they took that little nothing of scraps that their slave owners gave them, and they made soul food. That's how we get soul food today, because it was the leftovers of what the masters gave the slave. I was like, here's our leftover. You do something with that. So what the family was able to do, they was able to cook that up and make us some soul food, and that's what we have today. So if we so-called pay ourselves for what they went through, it's like it's a slap in our ancestors' face, because I felt like they never received a handout. It was never, oh, here's something to ease your trouble. No, they worked for what they wanted. They worked for the hope that we have today. They worked for the education that we're getting today. So accountability, is what I feel when I think of Black History Month. It's accountability, ownership, and most importantly, faith, to believe in something that I cannot see.